Welcome back, and we are with the legend Steve Mahre. Now, your other half is over at the table eating, but I want to talk to you about that race, the Legends that you guys did yesterday, the Volvo Legends race, where you almost beat Casey Puckett straight off of Olympic conditioning. You must be pretty proud of yourself.
Well, you know, it's funny because I skied both courses, white and black, and I knew, or whatever, with the one on the right, I knew it was quicker the last 5 gates to the finish, and I would have done anything to have that course in the last round, but I didn't get that one. And then I was lucky that I got 0.8 of a head start, and he got me by 800ths, and I made one little bobble about 4 gates from the finish, which was enough to make that difference. But you know, you don't want to lose, but it's all fun. It was a great time.
You know what? It's amazing. I was checking the Vail Daily photos, and it was a photo finish, and it was also almost a photo crash. You are just millimeters away from the back of his skis when you came in.
Yeah, invariably. I mean, normally on those, you know, you stay to your side of the finish deal. But I knew for my course, the shortest place to the finish line or the beam was on the right side of the finish deal. His was to the right too, but he didn't go there, and I did, so I was headed in his direction, and then we almost touched one another. I was like, oh no, don't run onto his skis. So it's close, but we were so safe.
You know what is so amazing is that when I talk to Darren Ralphs or Casey Puckett, you and your brother are the first names that come to mind, because I'll say, what's it like? They're relatively new to the American Ski Classic. They're the rookies, and they said, oh, you know, when we used to watch the Mahre brothers. So how neat that you guys are racing together and against each other now.
Well, I mean, that goes back. I was saying that with somebody else, that, you know, this is a place where we get to meet guys that competed before us, like on the World Cup, and you never got to know them because they retired before we came along, and then we retired, and then new guys come along. You don't get to meet them because you never saw them when you were there, and then you come here and you have the opportunity to meet the older guys and then the new young guys that, you know, the old guys are ones we looked up to, and then they looked up to us, and now there's going to be young guys down the road that'll look up to these guys, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think there's no event quite like this in the world.
I don't think so. I mean, definitely not in the skiing world. I mean, you know, they'll have some deals like this, I think, at the World Cup, but not to this extent and this huge of a deal, so a lot of fun.
Okay, so how did your team do today, and who's all on your team? Who are you leading?
You know, it's really bad. I'm with Vail Epic Pass or whatever, and so I've got Rob Katz, Tom Hyde,
okay, well, you
Fiona,
got our boss.
Yeah, and then my celebrity was filled in. It was supposed to be Rob Kennedy Jr., and they changed it out, and I got a Bill, oh boy, I can't even think of his last name now. But, you know, we had a good group. We ended up winning both of our rounds, 4-1 and 3-2, so we're, I think, ahead of our pool, which is great, but tomorrow's a whole new day.
It is, and I think the weather will be a little different tomorrow as well. The conditions probably a little slow up there.
Well, you know, it wasn't bad. They got it slid off pretty good down to the hard stuff, but it kind of broke up some early on. I think it's probably better now, even though there's bigger ruts, but probably smoother course per se. But tomorrow's, like I said, it's a whole new day. We might have more new snow tonight, who knows, and looking forward to having a great time, though.
Now, beyond what you're doing at the Ski Classic, what are you doing year-round? Are you still doing some clinics?
Yeah, Phil and I both still continue to do the Mahre Training Centers in Deer Valley, Utah, and they're either 3-day or 5-day sessions. We basically teach anybody and everybody. We'll take the guy that's never skied a day to somebody that's, say, been skiing 30 years and wants to do it 30 more, just says, I got to make it easier again. And then corporate outings as well, but the summer months are kind of free to do as we want 24/7, so a lot of fun doing other things.
Okay, well, a man that loves the sport, and you can see it in the way he still races today. Thanks so much for your time,
My
Steve.
pleasure.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning Vail.